Thank you. I appreciate that. Miss Tara. Uh-oh. Did I freeze up? It got jumpy on me. Good. How are you? You look lovely. Thank you. Hey, Miss Lady. Really good. Really good. As always, you know, because like that's what I manifest, guys. Like I go for my walks and I am manifesting like crazy on my walks. My like a huge mantra for me is this is the reality where everything is amazing. So make this something that you say and like feel every day. Like there are some mantras that I use pretty much on a daily basis. I am so lucky. Thank you for making me so lucky. This is the reality where everything is amazing. I have everything. This is a big one, you guys. Like I was down to like my last dollar. I was bringing cans to the beer store to have grocery money. Because I was putting everything into my business and I was going on my walks and I was saying, I have everything. So manifesting, like the things that you say, what you put out into the universe is so super important and it does create your life. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith that the universe will catch you. You have to keep working and not give up on yourself. I love your energy too, my love. Hello, my loves. Welcome, everybody. Everybody pouring in. Hello, hello. So nice to see everybody coming in. Welcome, all my loves. What's the difference when a man tells you, much love from I love you? Like, what do you mean? Like he signs off much love, but he doesn't say I love you? I don't know what you mean. Much love from I love you. I don't know what that means. Hello. Hi, Queen. Hello, my love. Hey. Hello, my love. How are you? How much time do you need to get to know someone before making things official? 3 months. No kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months. First of all, you know, if the first hurdle he can't overcome is you got to get to know me, not worth it, right? Do you believe in soulmates? I do now. Hey, Caitlin. A guy I think of a friend asked me to be his girlfriend. What do I do? Well, do you like him? Is he, listen, have you read No More Assholes? Does he pass the 12 character traits? Can couples overcome cheating? Some do. Some do, which is why I don't judge, right? This, you know, when you guys ask me, what's a cheater, always a cheater? I'm like, no. A serial cheater? Yeah. But there are some cases where people make mistakes and the couples overcome it. So I don't judge people for wanting to forgive somebody. If they're trying to forgive a serial cheater, like he cheated 3 times and I'm trying to forgive him again, girl, you know, learn your lesson, get out of this relationship. But if it's a one-off and they're trying to overcome that, then that's different. So I'm with a provider, but he is so mysterious. Is he manipulating me to know me better? I don't know. When it comes to particular situations, I need to ask a lot of questions to understand it better, to help you in your situation. Some things are fairly obvious, right? Like he cheated 3 times, should I leave? Yeah. But this, I don't know. I'd have to ask a bunch of questions. My ex went on a date, but we said we don't want a relationship, not going on date 2. Do you want a relationship with him? If the answer is no, then stop going on dates. Why is he an ex? Did he break your trust? Then you should use a no kissing for 3 months rule. No kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months. If he's just trying to get back in your pants because he's lonely, he's looking for an easy fix, he's not going to stick around for that. So you're going to find out how genuine he is about wanting to get back in a relationship with you. Also, whatever needs to be changed, you're going to see whether or not it changed. What do you do when your partner projects their insecurities on you? You say, that's not fair, and I will not be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't see me for who I am. Am I wrong to get annoyed? My boyfriend likes pics of girls' bodies all the time. I haven't voiced this. You're not. So there's a difference between looking and interacting. A like is an interaction, because when you click like, your name comes up. And some of these girls have OnlyFans pages. They're looking for interaction. And so they're reaching out to people who interact. So I don't want my man seeking the attention of other women. That would be a no for me. So I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's going on social media and liking, commenting, following girls who are basically Playboy models. And so I would say no. You know, I want you to know that I'm not telling you what to do. You're free to do what you want. But I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who seeks the attention of other women. So if this is something, the relationship for me, because I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who seeks the attention of other women. Somebody said my voice is so soothing. It's raspy right now. I'm like, oh, can't you tell? How do I confront him about something I saw without stressing him out or arguing? I don't know, because I don't know what it is specifically, because something like that requires a script. So I don't know what it is. You might want to get a coaching session so that I can do, first of all, an assessment. Make sure you're with the right person. You know, if you're with a generous long-term thinker who loves you, great. You know, a quick, easy way to start a script like that is, I'm not telling you what to do. You're free to do what you want, but I need. And then tell them what you need. Hello. Been on 3 dates. I like him. How do I ask him where he's at? Is it too soon? Where he's... No. So here's what you do, my love. When you say, where are you at? It's like, hey, you know, I don't want you to like... I mean, I want you. Do you want me to? Like, that's just so weak, girl. That's just so weak. Don't come at dating weakly. I want you to come at dating from a point of empowerment. I know what I want, right? Have you defined your next relationship? Do you understand who you want for a partner? Did you write all this down so that it is clear to you? So first, clarify that. And what you do is set the pace. Are you looking for a relationship, by the way? If you're just looking for friends with benefits, no strings attached, don't want a relationship at all you need to know is, am I attracted to you and do I trust you? That's it. Go have fun. If you're looking for a relationship, you need to know who they are. Because are you looking for your future husband? Are you looking for the guy who's going to be with you for the next 50, 70 years? Is that the one you're looking for? If that's the one you're looking for, then you want to use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule, right? You want to do no kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months. And you're going to say to him, hey, I just want to let you know I'm done my playtime and I'm really looking for a committed long-term relationship now. How about you? And find out where he's at. But put what you want on the table. Hey, put what you want on the table. Don't be afraid to have what you want. And if he's not it, at least he takes himself out of the picture and doesn't waste any more of your time. Hello, friend. Okay, let's do this. So guys, we got a guest. So I want to see if I can do this. Hey, Compton, I see you. I don't want to lose you. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Let's see if I can bring you in. Okay. Wait. Okay, it's not doing that. Okay. I just opened up my guest request. Compton, send me a guest request. Somehow in there you should find an option to send me a guest request. Can you do that? I'm going to watch for your comments right now. So there's somebody that I've been dying to talk to, you guys. I've been following this guy on TikTok forever. And I love his TikToks. Like, you know, I talk about meditation, spirituality. This guy gets like to the next level with that. So I actually, all right, let's, this is my channel. Hey,
Hello?
how are you? Oh, look at this.
Oh my gosh, it says in call.
Hi.
Hold on, I can barely hear you.
Uh-oh, fix that shit. Guys, by the way, if you want a notification when I go live, click my picture up here once or twice. You're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. When you do that, say, I just did. Hey, can you hear me?
We're good. Yeah.
Oh, so okay, I know your username is Compton.
Oh, it's Campton. Yeah. Like
Campton.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. So, do you follow me at all, or did I just appear for you lately?
I just you randomly just appeared. So the way that I work TikTok is I just upload the video and I can't look at it. I just can't look at it, but then I respond later and whatnot. So you had popped up in my follower feed, so I just hit boom and I watched your content and I was like, how have I never seen this human before? This is awesome. This is incredible. So vibed right away.
Nice.
Just like a week ago or something like that.
Yeah. So the reason why I want to talk to you is, I've been following you. You've been showing up for me for like about a year now. And I teach meditation as part of my dating and relationship practice because meditation is literally what saved my marriage. It saved my life and it saved my marriage. And so I teach it. Anybody who's these are my self-help books. I wrote 8 of them. The first step out of 7, there's 7 steps to my self-help. The first one is meditation because goodness starts with meditation. Getting your life straight starts with meditation. Finding the right partner starts with reducing your anxiety. Being the right partner starts with reducing your anxiety and taking control of your emotions, being responsible for your emotions and your behaviors. Now, in my meditation practice, I have literally gone out of this world. I have gone up into outer space. I floated in outer space. I had a conversation with whatever the fuck, where like just the message was everything exists because love. And so it's the journey is amazing. The outcome is amazing. My daily mantra is this is the reality where everything is amazing because I fully believe in manifestation. So I love your stuff because I teach this on a surface level in relation to dating and relationships. But I've been excited about having a conversation with you because you take it to the next level.
And how do you think that is? That was my first question. What inspired you to initiate this sort of thing, this conversation
Just because
specifically?
I love how you talk about changing your own reality, being the person who is in charge of your own reality, because that is something that I talk about all the time.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. So what was your initial question? Sorry.
Um, I didn't start with a question actually,
Oh,
but I can now.
okay. Yeah, I forgot what the segue was. Dang it. So,
So let me ask you this: Are you in a relationship?
no.
Why not?
No. Okay, so I guess that plays into my adventures. So I want to do van life. I want to fully do this whole culture myself, travel across America, meet people. I haven't met people. I'm in this Scottsdale retirement bubble. All right, a young kid growing up in that Phoenix little bubble. It's just and I didn't go to school and I dropped out and I was depressed and that just all folds into my social dynamic. So a relationship for me right now, I don't have the energy to fully respect it, so because I'm not the fullest version of who I need to be. And I'm so fortunate as a young man to realize that, raised by just my mom. So I have that feminine energy dynamic, and so fortunate to have that. It's built me into what I am, and so that's just kind of my spin right now, doing the van life. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. I'm just kind of casual about things. The present moment is my ish. I'll stay
Yeah.
there.
So what got you into meditation?
A mix, an amalgam of lifelong, to me right now, I'm 24, chronic depression that crunched my adolescence and destroyed uh, my sense of reality and the seeking for an existential meaning after the crux of working a job that I hated for people that I was not, uh, you know, I don't know, capable of interacting with. There's no hate, never hate energy, just why energy. And
Yeah.
being deep in that why energy, the scream cry during and before and after work, the just dread and mania. It drove a final endeavor to figure it out one last year. I gave myself one last year before I would have checked out of life completely. Just any day, just would have done it. And that bore the immense and undying phoenix-like passion to learn as quickly as possible, to show people how fast it
Oh
is to
no.
listen to love and be, what's up, what's going, what'd you say?
Oh, you froze up for a second. That's all.
Oh.
Yeah. But the undying phoenix, is that what you said?
Is that, yeah, like the ashes, and
Yes.
then that's what brought the interest in meditation, because okay, the brain, you can learn how to use it. I guess it's an instrument. That's how I had to look at it. The laws of physics saved me. That was my religion initially.
Yes.
It's like the fact that I could affect myself. You really can, and it's so quick. And if you can get that across, if you can articulate it properly to somebody, it would change their lives, would it not? If they knew this subjective wisdom, it would instantly help them, it instantly provide them with relief. So the endeavor to find that satisfying articulation of enlightenment, or whatever I've discovered, is, I don't know, at the seed of it, I guess. Sorry, I kind of went on a ramble, but
I
that's
love
what
you, you're
interested me.
brilliant. I love you, you're brilliant. I do. I do. I absolutely do. I completely understand what you're saying because been there, done that. I've been in the like the why, right? Like the who, the why is intense. And for me it was like a little bit more spaced out. Like it was the why, and then I initially got into it and I actually learned my power because when I was in the why questing stage, I was essentially brought to a retreat where we spent 3 days doing nothing but eating, sleeping, pooping, and meditating, which, by the way, is one of my mantras: eat, sleep, poop, and meditate, because those are 4 things you have to do like almost every single day. And so at the end of it, we did an exercise where we sat across from somebody who'd already done this retreat. And the person that was volunteering had a piece of paper with somebody's name, the city they were in, the age that they were, and there was a physical ailment, like a cancer or something really wrong, like something, medically different, right? And we went into our meditative space. We brought that person, like we would go into our space that we created. We say, okay, I'm ready. Our partner said, okay, their name is, they're in this city, this is their age. I'm like, okay. We bring that person in, we literally shake their hand and say, can I touch you? And then feel them, and you can feel the push of their energy back against your hand. Mine was an amputee. So I get to one of their legs and it was a vacuum instead of a pushback on the energy. And I said, they're missing the bone, below the knee on this side of their, the left leg or the right leg. I forget which it was. And all of us, all of us got it right. Like there was cancers, there was like all these diseases. We all got it right. So I learned this in my early mid 20s, right? And then I didn't meditate really at all for the rest of my life until I hit my late 30s. And then I had a massive depression. And I became addicted to alcohol. I was addicted to cocaine. I was like suicidal ideology. I was this close to it. And um, I'm flipping, through Facebook, and it's I literally said to myself, I need a new brain. And I opened up Facebook and I went scroll, scroll, scroll. 8 weeks to a better brain, Harvard study. And it's like the universe knew I needed science to get into this, right? So I did 8 weeks of meditation, doing average 27, 28 minutes a day. I did an 8 week chart, filled it in, and then fell off meditation for a couple weeks. And I started going crazy again. Did another 8 week chart. As soon as I was done, did another 8 week chart, got myself hooked and addicted. Like, there's no way I'm going back to that old brain. I need this one. This is the good one. So when you talk about the science of it, you're right up my alley.
That's what fascinates me the most, is the wiring of our soul, right? Because so if we're electric, this is the way that I see it: vibration, energy, frequency, light, even sound. It's all one thing, synonymous, if you want to call it that. I saw it as the electrical firings that go through our nerves, and the only way that they get there is through repetition. And if we apply that wisdom that we already have inside, that we already all know, that we already have that light of wisdom and knowingness, that we just have to confront, right? We have to be honest, truthful. And if we do that, we emanate it forth and it wires itself into our neurology. And then we we are sustained on that. So if we can sustain what our soul wants to do and be happy doing that, then we've attained essentially what a satisfying reality or a heaven-like reality would be, and that is endowed as a right to every light of consciousness of human being listening to this and the entire world. So yeah, however, whatever your gateway is, science or your religion or your like a deepening moment, like a relationship or whatever, a beautiful sunset, that literally a dewdrop on a leaf for some people can be this beautiful moment that awakens a deeper sense of meaning and a godlike quality. So,
yeah. How old are you? People are asking me.
oh, I'm 24. I'm a young lad coming into
I know you
25
are.
this summer. Yeah. Yeah. 96.
So how long have you been meditating for?
I would coming up on 5 years.
Um,
But not as a regular practice. So it just as like an idea. I would go in nature, I would listen to birds, and that would be my meditation, just like deepening myself. I would throw the tennis ball like against the wall, like get my acuity and my mindfulness straight. Because I was doing nothing. I was this like ghoul at the computer. I was sedentary from 16 to nearly 20, just sitting in one position. And to undo that, lots of yoga, lots of physical stuff, getting the neurology back online, like we were talking about, and the glands that produce happiness chemicals, the chemical imbalance in the brain is glands being atrophied because we're not stimulating our primal instincts and things like that. So figure kick that online. Kick that online. No, that took a while to figure out, but tapping into that animal really interested me. So I would say my meditative journey started then because it was just a general interest in the complete expansion of the brain, right? The left and the right, and that unity, which is similarly achieved during deep meditation.
So let me get this straight. You don't meditate as a regular practice?
No.
But you understand deep meditation?
Yeah, I do it sometimes.
How do you get there? How do you get there without like being an Olympic at this?
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
So I've had the fortunate ability to just cultivate mindfulness in everything that I do. So when I go into meditation, I've already deleted a lot of the shit that a regular meditation practice would have done for me. Being as I am a young lad, not even decades of a relationship, a marriage, a divorce. Like I got so lucky to get into this thing early. So a lot of that attributed to just the easy access to deep meditation, being able to go in there and know what it's like enough to garner the wisdom to apply in my daily life. So, some yogis may disagree that maybe my concentration isn't what it could be, but when it's applied, it's merited success sustaining my lifestyle. So as a hippie-ish neo-shaman little kid that I am, I'm going to lean into that. Why not? That's awesome.
Yeah. And I love how you really delve into the metaphysical aspect. So where do you get all that from?
Metaphysical in terms of what, like reincarnation or like telepathy? Or...
String theory.
String theory I know nothing about.
Oh, really? Because you talk about it. Okay. So what about manifesting? Do you manifest?
I would say my framework for that is I'm at the root of it. I am the universe doing it, right? So the better I get at like navigating a reality or creating something, the more I'm able to manifest the underlying thing that I want to solve. So I guess it would be the triple why system. It's like, I want $1 million. Why? So I don't have to work. Why? So I'm not stressed out. Why? So I can pursue my passion. There you go. You want to pursue your passion. $1 million. It might be like 5K. I think, we're on the same page with that. So that's how I think about manifestation. It's just that if I put my brain to it, I can decode everything that I need to put into actionable steps for something that may not be as grandiose as $1 million. So.
Right. So what is it that you want?
it's interesting because after you defeat a challenge, you're like, where do I go next? So I'm just trying to find a way of life where I can sustain that happiness between each, but what's next? Instead of being like afraid.
Are you afraid?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely.
What are you
It's
afraid of?
well, I'm just generally intimidated by the world. It's good, you know. The more you know, the less. Sorry, let me re-say this. The
Yeah.
more you know that you don't know, right? So, who am I to say words that I really want to say that could affect somebody's mental health?
Hmm.
Am I
Yeah.
like capable of being responsible for that? So,
I know that, generally speaking, the world is a pretty scary place, but I like to fall back on this is the reality where everything is amazing. And, there's a string theory, like string theory is basically, coming back to Albert Einstein, all time is now. And I honestly, Men in Black helped me with this one. Have you seen the Men in Black movies?
yeah, yeah.
So there's this one character where he's aware of all realities. And in different realities, different things are happening. And he'll be like, oh, is this the reality where? And then the next thing will happen and go, oh, no, no, no. Okay, this is the reality where this happens. And so, with kind of like that in mind, the notion that multiple realities are happening simultaneously, and all you need to do is choose which reality you want to be in. I fall back into this mantra. This is the reality where everything is amazing. And maybe, maybe I can create a world where ultimately everything is amazing. Maybe. Now, that's a metaphysical way of approaching it, right? That's a very spiritual way of approaching it. That if I keep myself on a certain plane, then things will work out because this is the reality where everything is amazing. This is not the reality where the world is going to blow up. This is not the reality where the world is going to catch fire. This is not the reality where the world is going to flood. This is the reality where everything is amazing. Um, so there's kind of that aspect of it that I like to stay into, to keep manifesting, to keep on the path of. Um, does that make any sense to you at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually thinking about this situation earlier. It's like I know that there's going to be a moment where you say this beautiful, beautiful piece of expression, and I would be like, "Yep, I agree. I really don't have anything to add." So
Mm.
it's perfectly
Yeah.
on point. Yeah, I totally agree.
And ultimately, that's the spiritual side of me. There's a sociological side of me. Like, I am a social scientist. I do come at this with a lot of different views: sociology, psychology, anthropology, biology, behaviorism, spirituality, philosophy. And so, if I take the social science aspect, what I understand fundamentally is that we are part bonobo, part chimpanzee. Those are our two closest, you know, cousins, essentially. The DNA is less than 5% different in bonobos and chimpanzees, but the social makeup of each of those is very different. And so with the chimpanzees, it's very violent, male dominated, only the strongest procreate. With the bonobos, it's matriarchal, every sex is free, right? Like, literally, when the females approach each other, it's like, hey, okay, there we go. And everybody's happy, right? Like, seriously. Every like There's no fighting, there's no going to war, versus the chimpanzees, constantly a war. They will literally tear each other to pieces. And so I I I look at us and I go, we have a choice. We have a choice. We can be bonobos as a species, or we can be chimpanzees as a species. And ultimately, what your reality is where you are. And so tying all that together, this is a reality where everything is amazing, and just carving my own way, creating my path spiritually while also choosing it physically means I can create an environment where everything is amazing. And I'm working hard to turn people into bonobos, let me tell you.
That's that's so funny. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna end up saying that we need to be like the bonobos. I'm gonna research
Yeah, we
that.
do. Yeah.
I love that. When did that start? Where did that come from?
Getting into social sciences
The
or
the literally the
learning about
monkeys.
literally monkeys. I'm trying to remember where I read. I forget, something triggered me into looking up bonobos. And I don't remember what it was. I don't remember where I saw it, but I did some research into bonobos and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." Because when I look at like culture and societies, I don't just look at human. I look at, because I got into human behavior by starting with dog behavior. And I went from dog behavior into wolf behavior and wolf behavior into human behavior because of the similarities. You know, we are pack animals by nature. The worst thing you do to a human being is take them away from the pack, put them into solitary confinement. We function best because we work in a hierarchy. We do work best when we work with our strengths rather than forcing people to work in their weaknesses. So, like wolves brought me to people basically. Um, I forget what brought me to bonobos, but I did some research into bonobos because I really wanted to understand if we could actually be like them. And if we would be, what would that look like?
That's really cool. It's really
Mm-hmm.
cool. I think I'm less natureful about it. I like the mystical aspect of it, like literally like glowing and all these abilities and things like that. Potentially later in the future, who knows? Attaining that within, I don't know, but I really get a kick out of the animal stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm with you with the constant mindfulness, by the way.
Oh, really?
I'm with you with the understanding that the more you are mindful, because mindful is alpha brainwave state, right?
Hmm.
Yes,
Well,
smile or not.
that's a rabbit hole.
Is it radical? Why?
Um, because it is, but it's also like I'm aware of doing this right now, and I'm not necessarily an alpha, but I'm
Okay.
super mindful of like each sensation that's going on right now. It's like we can scratch the back of our hand and then focus on that, and then we can feel our foot more than we can feel the scratch. Like we can switch. What is the switching? Who is switching? What is switching? And it's awareness, and you can actually flash that scratch of the hand over and over again to thicken the neurology that is there to sense deeper into that. So that's the mindfulness, and that's what the monks cultivate with the breath. They become
Mm.
so deeply aware of the breath that it can lull them into these bliss states, lull them into these states of meditation, like alpha. Technically, they're being out, is incredibly mindful and vividly concentrated, and that can descend into, I guess, what we're now calling alpha. But for them, it's just like hyper focused. You know, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking at. So that's why it's a rabbit hole, I guess.
Okay. I've noticed that the more mindful I am, moment to moment to moment, redirecting my thoughts, always switching them to what I want them to be, the less I need to meditate.
Yeah, you're taking care of it. It's like not needing therapy, right? It's like you. It's the same thing. It's rooted in the same practice.
Right. Um, Somebody's saying, love this guy. By the way, you got
Oh,
some
really?
fans. Yeah, you do.
Thanks,
Um,
guys.
what's your TikTok handle again? Tell us.
It's Camptons.world. It's gonna be a website later, so
Okay.
that's why it's like that.
Yeah.
So that's where you can find
Um,
me. And thanks
earlier
for,
on, you,
like, by the way, thanks for having me on. This is so much fun. Like, I'm having fun.
yay.
It's like I'm a bit tired right now, so I may be like slurring and whatnot, but I'm having a great time.
You are later than me, right? Like 3 hours later or something, or what time is
No,
it for you?
it's 8:43 for me.
Oh, you're earlier. Okay.
Yeah, I just got up real
Um,
early.
So you were saying earlier about the like the electrons, like like the electrical pulses and everything. Something that I say is we're walking cell phones because we emit electricity. Our brains emit electrical pulses, and we're always emitting frequency that's basically sending signals to other people all the time.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we are the field, right? Are you into like quantum mechanics? Like, should we go there, you know?
Oh, can we?
Like where distance and dimension, like time doesn't exist. It's just all at one, it's all at once, you know? It's all one thing at once. So like telepathy and it just makes sense. It's like if what is picking up the signals in my brain? What is receiving that? That is where intent comes from to stimulate this. This is also or like an organism, just like a tree grows. That is something separate that is influenced by potentially an energy, potentially an intelligence, potentially an intrinsic quality of our reality, and that we are an individuation of that, and that we can influence that. So that's where, I mean, it might all come. How else would it? We know that that's the science. We know that affecting atoms over here affects the same atoms over there beyond the speed of light instantly. So are we going
I
there?
know. I know. Um, so a lot of people ask me this. I'm going to ask you this. If there was one thing that you could teach people, what would it be?
Teach. Can it be have people know? Like, can it be like something that people just know?
Sure.
Okay. Um, that you can do it because if that was the one thing that I was able to teach, I would hope that you really, really believed it, that you
Yeah.
knew that it was the only thing that I could teach. So I want to give to you the gift of that. You you can do it. It is possible because then whatever unfolds from that, I mean, the honesty, the truth, the encounter with your demons, the encounter with the external demons and everything in efforts to strengthen yourself and attain what other people may need from you as a light, as an eminence. You are an eminence. Do not discount yourself. That's all in encapsulated in. You can do it.
When you make your TikToks, when you drop those pearls of wisdom, where are they coming from?
Uh, it's almost like I think I know where they come from, but it's just I am relentless in trying to articulate it. I swear to you, and I put my subconscious to work when I'm talking about meditation and understanding the brain. I am really trying to figure out how things are calculated, how learning takes place, how I can actually accumulate wisdom and what that is. So much to the level where, you know, the initial hubris blinded me to certain realizations that I would have needed life experience to even comprehend or even approach. And that is very heavy on the heart. So you can't just I couldn't just understand the brain like, you know, how I wanted to. It's transcend it all with the thinking. I had to go to love. Oh dang, right initially, but then I realized that that outpouring would develop me into something that could just express from that, and the words just come. And behind each video is like 500 times where I'm messing up, or it wasn't the way that I wanted it to be. And then like what you're seeing is like take 501. It could have been like 600 if I wanted it to be, but I just had to get it out there before I talked myself out of it. So I don't know. It just comes from the deep-seated obsession.
Somebody here just said, all you two are talking about, I've learned, and it has reinvented my idea of God. Physics is God.
Ooh. Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said he's a genius. I love listening to him. What a mind.
Wow. Wow. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. You seriously, you are amazing. Spitting big facts. He is saying facts. That's a good answer.
Well, your audience. I love your audience. So you talk about chakras. You talk about
I do.
how deep
Well,
do you go?
so I actually have a guy who makes meditation music for my channel. One of my favorite ones is a chakra balancing one. I've had this incredible mind-blowing experience myself where I've been meditating and it's like each of my chakras lit up and then I just fucking exploded. Have you had that, by the way?
When you say exploded, do you mean like ecstasy?
Uh, it was pretty rapturous.
Mhm.
But it was like each of them just kind of came to life, and there was like an ascension, and then the last was just like this, just exiting of white light or entering. I don't even know what it was, but
Wow. I've had that
it
through.
was just
I've had that through a dream. You said that was a an experience that you had, a meditation
yeah. Somebody said
experience.
Kundalini, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was a Kundalini
Yeah.
awakening, like really like an awakening of the chakras. And I mean, it was shortly after that that I had my trip up into outer space, and like the voice was like telling me everything because love, right? Um, so wait, oh, chakras? Yeah, do you do chakras, or you asked that, didn't you?
Yeah. I was just asking about your audience, how deep they go. So, I mean, they're
Right.
clearly all awesome. Yeah, from what I'm seeing.
I keep it surface with the audience because
Mm.
I don't want to tell them too much because I don't want to influence their journey. I don't want to create an expectation by telling them a story of where they should think they should go. And instead, I just teach them to let go of the notion that meditation is thinking nothing at all, um, to just bring your focus back, because every time you bring it back, you shrink your amygdala a fraction. So just bringing the focus back to keep shrinking your amygdala is compound interest, shrinkage on top of shrinkage. So you give it the time, minimum 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes is ideal. More than that is fantastic. You just can't meditate too much. I teach them how to inhale goodness. So those moments where you feel like everything fits right in the world, to like actually pause and not just keep going from there, but like stay in that moment and inhale that sensation right here that everything is right, because your blood, you know, delivers oxygen to your system, right? So if you inhale the goodness, your blood picks up the goodness and delivers it through your system. So, basically I'm saying you can change your genetics and put some goodness in there. So that's the stuff that I teach them, but I don't tell them what to expect. Instead, I let them come and tell me what happens.
That's pretty strong. I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Mm,
I really love that.
yeah.
Yeah, the with the breath, and it's like you are influencing your atoms. You're changing these molecules, and my favorite is the cold shower. Like the cold shower forces you to breathe. You encounter your discipline. You encounter your like, I don't want to do it, which is, and then your brain like shuts off in the shower, which is so cool. So you can't think, and it just gets you in that mindset that you can influence your atoms. There's this sweeping chemical and electrical effect that has, and your psychology affects your chemistry and the other way around.
Mhm. Somebody's asking if there's a best time of day to meditate, and I say find your sweet spot, whatever that is. Yeah. Yeah. You're super awesome. I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna
Hmm.
go. I got lots of questions that are coming up. How to raise your self-esteem. Um, how to raise your
Cool, cool.
self-esteem. Do you have an answer to that? How to raise your self-esteem?
Do I? How to raise your self-esteem? Wherever you gain confidence, it bleeds over into the rest of your life. That's how I like to look at it. So when you develop a skill and you get good at that thing, it feels good to be good at something. You're like, oh, I can be good at something. And then that's your initiation into maybe I could be good at this and that. And that expands the universe of your confidence. And to raise your self-esteem is to really own the one of the most difficult pieces of wisdom, that you have to let go of other people's opinions, because their opinion isn't necessarily based on the fullest context of your life. Even your mother, even your brother, even your twin does not have the fullest context of why you've made certain decisions. So that is just an initial logic to enter you into letting go of people's opinions and just feeling good about yourself, getting good at something, develop your confidence somewhere, and realize it and realize that there are other people like you who would die to be your friend. So there are answers for you. That I think that would sum it up.
Yeah. Campton, I love you.
I love you too. This was so fun.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was.
I hope it's what you thought it would be.
It was amazing and everybody loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah, somebody said he's so beyond his years. I agree.
That's so kind.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure. It really is.
Yeah. How old is he? He's 24, you said?
Yeah, in just a
Yeah.
couple months I'll be 25.
Yeah. 24 plus 500.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
525 for sure.
All right, my friend, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Do you keep these or is this recorded?
It is recorded. So is it okay with you if I download it and pop it on my YouTube channel?
You can do that.
Okay.
That would be so cool. All right. Thanks for having me. I'll catch
Thank
you later.
you. Bye. Oh, that was fun. That was fun, you guys. That was fun. Body count mattered. No. Should someone judge you based on your number? Is it right for them to ask? So people ask because it's one of those things that people ask. Um, I'm honest about my body count, and I'm honest about the fact that I just don't even know it, right? Like I literally don't know it because I just don't care. Um, so I really think if somebody asks what's your body count, you should say I don't know why. And I think this is a great answer because this is the answer I got one time when there was a girl that was an intellectual. Hi, thanks for having him as a guest. I know he's amazing, right? There was a girl that I worked with once, and she was little, like she was small. And I asked her one time, I said, "How tall are you?" She goes, "I don't know why." And obviously, she knows how tall she is, but it's a great way to say, does it matter? Right? So if somebody asks you, what's your body count? I want you to say, I don't know. Why? And challenge them on that. Like literally challenge them on that. Say, and they're like, well, I'm just curious. I'm like, then say, how does that define me? I'm really curious to understand how that defines me to you. It was really weird but relieving. I didn't mean to develop a crush on my friend. Yeah. Oh, now he replies. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is too funny. Uh, Give me a second. I gotta check something. This might make my video skip. We shall see. But some of you guys know that we were going to go look at a motorcycle. And the guy actually, oh, hello. The guy actually replied, how can I stop loving someone and leave the most toxic relationship of my life and move the fuck on? If you're having trouble doing that, I really suggest a coaching session. Because if you're having trouble leaving somebody toxic, if you're not just going through the ads and finding yourself an apartment and packing your shit and getting the hell out, if you need help getting that process done because mentally you're stuck, get yourself a coaching session. Because if a quickie answer would have worked, you would have been gone by now. So there's something you need to push. Oh, good answer. Yes, honey. Fake love need not apply. Very good answer. So I have a free book in the link tree in my bio. If you hit the freebies button and sign yourself up to my general mailing list, you get to download Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Avoid Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. And it describes them so that you don't get into a relationship with them, but it also tells you how to get out. How much is a coaching session? So go into the link to my bio. There's a one-on-one button. Click on that and it takes you to a page. I have different options. And see if if it works for you. Looks like I'm not going to be moving. I'm going to hang on to the bike. All right then. Where am I located? I'm in Ontario, but all of my coaching sessions are online. They're on Zoom. Is it possible to get over my boyfriend being really bad to me in the past and hurting me? No, yes, you'll get over that. Yeah, you know how they say time heals all wounds? Is because when it's fresh, you know, the memory's fresh, but then all these other things happen. And this gets like, it's kind of like if you have a deck of cards, right? You know, here's the first card. That's so super fresh. Hey, poscacere. And then you add another card, another card, another card, and that card kind of gets buried. You still know it's there. You're still going to think about it from time to time, but it's not as fresh. Charlie. Oh, is that my big boy? Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello. Did you get a burr on your face? Is this a, oh, he did too. Oh my goodness. Somebody took a trip in the bushes and got a burr. Oh my baby. I'll have to take that off later. So this little guy, he's such a goodest boy because we got back from our walk tonight and there was a bunny in the yard and he chased the bunny and I said, Charlie, come here, and he came because he's the goodest boy. Oh my goodness, the burrs. I'm gonna have to deburr you later. He's so good. He's such a good boy. Do we have any newbies? Does somebody want a notification when I go live? If you do, say I do. Oh my goodness. If you want a notification when I go live, say I do. What does it mean if a guy is consistent during the 3-month no kissing but still talks about wanting sex? They're made eager, right? They do have a 24/7 fertility cycle. So that's normal, right? And you should be talking about sex. You should be talking about what you like to do, what your style is. You guys should be finding out all kinds of things about each other, including that aspect, to see if there's compatibility there before you even start. So my I do's, click my picture here once or twice, you're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. By the way, when I had the guest on, how was the video feed? Was it freezing up at all? Was everything okay? Already have notifications on. Love it. Do make sure you take a minute, go into your settings as well, and turn your notifications on in there. It went well. Good stuff. That is good. It was great. Fee was great. Even with the guests, awesome. How can I tell my girl things without her getting upset? It all depends. I suggest you have the conversation in your head first. You know her well enough, right? So you know what she's going to say about things. So if you're having the conversation in your head and there's no way you get to a place where she takes it well, I do suggest you come get a coaching session so that I can help you figure out what your script needs to be. I write really good scripts, you guys. I think that without her getting upset is that's pretty hard. I just discovered who you are and absolutely love your advice. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And my boyfriend feels no jealousy ever. Even if I get butterflies from other guys, should I be concerned? No. Absolutely. The playwright, yes. So no, actually, that's a sign of confidence and security. He is secure within himself. He's secure in his choice of partner. He is trusting you. So, which means he feels you are trustworthy. That's great. I understand what you mean because my husband is the same way. He doesn't get jealous, and I kind of wish he did sometimes, because I'd feel like like, oh, you care, right? He shows me he cares in so many other ways. We want to know that they want to pee on us, really. Fundamentally, we just want to know that you want to mark your territory because I give myself to you. It's okay for you to mark your territory. We kind of give them permission for that. And every now and then we look for those signs that they're marking their territory. So and they don't do it, right? They don't do it because they're confident, they're secure, and that's great. um and honestly, it is, because the opposite of that is insecure, and that's where people get controlling. So I know we want to look for those signs of jealousy every now and then because it gives us that little feeling like, yeah, you care. But look for how he cares in other ways. Appreciate that he's not toxic, that he's not controlling, that he is secure, and that he does trust you. You're so welcome. I just found you today. I feel like you were sent from the universe herself in the most perfect time. I love hearing that, by the way. Like, I've been on a book tour, and I would have women who would come up to my table, and I had Giovanna. And the thing is, like, they would always position me like near the entrance so that when people came in, they saw me. And I would have no more ask. Here we go. Here's what I would do, you guys, when I was on my book tour, because not everybody knew me, right? And so, listen, I'm a go-getter. So I'm sitting in a bookstore going, I'm gonna teach people who I am, right? So people would come in, and I'd look at the women's hands, and if there was a wedding ring, I'd show this. I go, is this what you're looking for? And if there was no ring, I go, is this what you're looking for? And they'd see the titles, No More Assholes, and Fix That Shit, and go, right? If it resonated because recently they said, I'm so tired of assholes, or because recently they had a fight with their significant other, then they would beeline for me and go like, oh, I got to see this. And then we would have a conversation, and they would buy a book. And there was so many people who said, this was meant to be. Like, I wasn't going to go anywhere today, but I felt a compulsion to come to this bookstore. And oh my God, this is exactly what I need. So I love this. I love it when you guys say that I've helped you. Here's another one, Catherine. She has literally changed my life just by getting on these lives. I love you. I love you so much. I'm here for you. Same thing happened to me a few months ago when I was going through the worst. Love this. What's the best way to reach out if he's giving the silent treatment over something small? Start with a 3-part apology where you listen. If there's something you can take responsibility for, then take responsibility for it and say, I'm sorry for, and then whatever it is, anything it is, list them all. I realized that. Agreed. Right now I'm at Fix That Shit. Love it. I realized that, and then how that made them feel, and then this is my plan for not doing this again, and just release the outcome. Give them the 3-part apology, release the outcome, and know I did what I needed to do. I took responsibility for my behavior. There's nothing more I can do. They're going to decide their own behaviors. I've decided mine. Mine is taking responsibility for my behaviors. Uh, mm, I'm exhausted with dating. I keep turning all the men into great friends, and I think it's fatigue. That's funny. You can grab no more assholes, right? And really get all the love to you. You can grab no more assholes, get more efficient. I'm 50 and feeling defeated, lost confidence in dating. My love, start with no more assholes. It really starts with soothing your emotions, because we infect each other with what's going on inside. So really addressing your inner emotions and addressing the vibration you're sending out. You know as well as I do, you'll be at a gathering somewhere and somebody walks in a room and you feel a shift in the room. And it might be like, something about that person, right? Or it might be like, oh, wow, like there's something about that person. They didn't even say a word to you, but they infected you with their energy. So never underestimate the power of infection. And that's what I start No More Assholes off with, is getting your vibration, your frequency, what you're feeling on a different level, so that when you are, you know, out there, people are picking you up in a different way. I feel that. Yes, happens to me all the time, right? Just let go. Talking to someone, but he has bad responses. I don't know if I should wait it up. So this is a particular thing. There's a lot of questions I would need to ask in order to actually understand what's going on and give you the advice that you need. So if you wanted me to help you with that, then I would suggest a coaching session. Yes, we are walking cell phones, you guys. The comments explode. How many of you have thought about a friend or family member, and a minute later you get a text message from them or a phone call? How many of you have gone through that? Or an email, but like you have like minutes before you, like that person popped into your head, and then boom, there they are. Yes, right? I always know when somebody's going to be reaching out to me, because they start swimming around in my mind all the time. I have, right? Yes. Happens all the time. Yes. Yeah. Because we are walking cell phones. Our brain emits electrical impulses. I can stick a wire in your brain and put the other end into a light bulb and you will light it up. We're always emitting frequencies. That's that thing that happens when you think about a friend and then they message you. The frequency connected, especially with my man. Yes. Yeah. I heard you can make people dream about you. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. I'm 19, told all my friends about you. No more horrible guys, right? Yeah. Oh, there's so much like toxic guy shit on TikTok. Um, you know, like somebody talking about how like a guy doesn't know if he likes you till he has sex with you. And somebody tagged me on that and they're like, is this true? I'm like, he's talking about guys. He's not talking about men. My mom says that if you accidentally use the wrong name, the person of the name you use is thinking of you. That's interesting. So yeah, by the way, men don't need to have sex with you to know that they like you. That's not true. That is not true. My man was very into me long before anything happened between us. Just so you know. Guys will say anything to get you in bed, you guys. Like, you know, including that they don't even know if they like you unless they get you in bed. Like, no, not true. Don't fall for that kind of stuff. I had good energy. The guy I met didn't. He was so different when we talked before meeting. Yeah. Fragile masculinity. I think there's fragile humanity. I don't think we need to gender fragility, because there's fragile women and there's fragile males, right? So I think there are some people who are just, they need ego boosts. They need ego boosts in order to feel good about themselves. It's important for us women to look out for each other because many guys don't have our best. No, guys don't, right? Guys are looking out for themselves. Selfish, short-term thinker. So we do need to protect ourselves. We do need to use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. No kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months. Because guys will say whatever it takes, right? Including, I want to get married. I want to have kids. I see forever in your eyes. Oh, baby, you're the one, right? Using a no kissing, no sleepover for 3 months dating rule is going to weed the disingenuous out of your picture. They will remove themselves because they're not getting what they want when they want it, because they're selfish. Hi from Ottawa, neighbor. Manipulation, yes indeed. Yeah, so my boyfriend was interested in me 5 years before we started dating. Exactly. Exactly. Selfish short-term thinkers, yes. Yeah, you want a generous long-term thinker. And a generous long-term thinker who's looking for a relationship, who sees you and thinks, ooh, there's something about her. He's going to do the no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Should you tell them that you're doing a 3-month rule? Absolutely. Before they move in for a kiss. You want to approach all men are selfish and manipulative? No. No. And not even all guys are manipulative. So a selfish short-term thinker, that's a guy or a girl. There are many guys who are straight up honest with you and say, I don't want a relationship. But we fool ourselves. We play a hoping game. We say, well, he's having sex with me. He must like me. And if I keep having enough with him, then he's going to really fall for me the way I'm falling for him and want a relationship with me. That's the hoping game. You will not win them that way. So no, there are guys who are very honest, but we fool ourselves. We manipulate ourselves. We hurt ourselves. We get in our own way. But a man who's interested in you, who's like, ooh, something about her, and I want a relationship, and I think she could be the one, he will wait the 3 months. He said he doesn't see himself getting married, but he shows me few signs of being interested in me. Listen to the words coming out of his mouth. Do you want to get married? Is that one of your fundamental values? Will you be upset if you end up in a relationship with somebody who says, I don't want to get married, and you're 8 years in, you're 10 years in, and there's no ring on your finger? Will that upset you? Then you need to say goodbye to this one, because he's telling you, I will not do this with you. Listen to the words coming out of his mouth. Don't gaslight yourself. Should you tell them you're doing the 3-month rule? The reason why you tell them before they move in for a kiss is because you want to start this off on the same tone you want this to work out on, which is open and honest about who you are, what your plans are, your goals are, and how you're going to achieve your goals. This is one of your goals, right? If you're talking to somebody and you say, I want to be a doctor one day, so I'm going to go to med school, right? I have a goal, I have a plan. You have a goal of finding a committed long-term partner. That's one of the things you say to him very early on. Hey, I'm done my playtime. I'm looking for a committed long-term relationship because I want to get married, buy a house, have kids one day, right? I'm using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule to achieve that goal. You have a goal, you have a plan. Be open and honest about who you are, what your plans are, what your goals are. Always, always, you want somebody who looks at you, knows you, and goes, yeah, baby, you're the one. Did you go to school for anything? So I dropped out of university twice. I dropped out when I was taking philosophy because I was just going for curiosity. I dropped out when I was taking sociology because I realized I wanted to work for myself and I didn't need to give myself a piece of paper with letters after my name to hire myself. But I did study sociology, psychology, anthropology, biology, behaviorism, spirituality, and philosophy. And I mixed that all together. And this is all, I deliver all this to you in my practice. How do you determine the 3 months? Where does that time frame come from? So it comes from the honeymoon period. You will go into a chemical high with newness to each other, even if you're not kissing. That excitement that you feel between phone calls, between text messages, between seeing each other is a chemical high. Our emotions are all chemical reactions, but there's a chemical produced in the kiss. Everybody's lip secretes a chemical that doesn't do anything to them till it comes in contact with another set of lips. That's phenylethylamide. It's an aphrodisiac. It's an amphetamine. It's an antidepressant. If you introduce that before you actually know who somebody is, your brain explodes and it says, I know everything I need to know. And it tells you like, man, this person is so interesting and special to me. And I've done my vetting process. This is why, look at the behavior, you guys. Most people will kiss by the fourth date and then say no to anybody else who wants to take them out. Why? The kiss. The kiss locked them in. So don't lock into a stranger. The whole point of the no kissing for 3 months dating rule is not committing to a stranger and hoping they are the partner that you need. Spend 3 months getting to know somebody, figure out if they're the partner that you need, and kiss them because they are. So we are doing a kiss and see where it goes, which is why there's so many miserable relationships. See where it goes, kiss the right one, you're going to be a whole lot happier. How do I connect with my partner more? We talked about it before, but things don't seem to be improving. Kiss twice a day, minimum 5 seconds each. So no kissing for 3 months. When you're vetting for your partner, once you pick that person, 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each for the rest of your life. I want you to be 99 and making out with your partner. Do you think it's true that a man will change for the right woman? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So somebody will be in selfish short-term thinking mode and meet somebody who's in woman mode, generous long-term thinking mode. And she says, sorry, dude, I'm not looking for a selfish short-term thinker. I'm looking for a generous long-term thinker. And he goes, ooh, but I want that one. And she won't take me unless I'm that. I'm going to level up. I'm going to man up. I'm going to go from guy mode to man mode to be the man by her side. Off topic. Oh, look at Wutai Shan Buddhist Garden. Oh, Toronto, massive meditation place. Love it. How do I help my partner overcome insecurity? He gets jealous of my past. You don't. You're not a therapist. You didn't get in a relationship to be a therapist. He needs to take responsibility of his thoughts, his emotions, and his behaviors because he's vomiting on you, and that's not fair. So here's what you're going to say to him. I love you, but I won't be in a relationship with somebody who vomits on me. You need to manage your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors because I will not be in a relationship with somebody who makes me a lightning rod for their anxiety and insecurity. If you need help managing your thoughts and overcoming this, go get a session with Candace Dating Coach. She helps people deal with this all the time. But you are no longer allowed to vomit on me. This topic is off the table. You are no longer going to talk about my past. If you're not present with me in the moment and looking towards the future with optimism like I am, I will outgrow you because you will stay stuck in the past while I continue to move forward. What do you say to your partner who keeps bringing up issues from their previous relationship? Same thing. Exact same thing. What if he doesn't love me yet and he doesn't know if he can get there and it's been 7 months? Say goodbye. This is a wounded bird. The books are awesome. So this is really cute, Catherine. I call my books gateway drugs. If you read one, you're going to want more. Should they know about your past? You can have discussions about your past, but if they get hung up on it, that's their problem, not yours. Yeah, if he doesn't love me yet, isn't sure he'll be able to get there, say, I need to be in a relationship with somebody who loves me. And I think we've been together long enough for you to be able to know me well enough to be able to love me for who I am. It's unfortunate that that's not where you're at, but I need to be in a relationship with somebody who does love me. And so I'm going to have to shut this down. This has been great. It's been a great experiment to see if you can get there. I'm not going to continue waiting for you to get there. I think 7 months is long enough. So for me, this is over. I need to move on and find the person who does love me. Bot fix that shit. Reddit realized that we had issues, so bot no more. Confronted him and myself. Look at that. What book should we read if we've been single for 5 years and don't know how to date anymore? No More Assholes. I teach you how to date in there. Fix a toxic relationship or leave it. Sometimes, listen, my relationship was toxic, but do you know who was toxic? Me. We were both vomiting. We were both bringing baggage into the relationship. I couldn't sit there and demand that he change without changing myself. So I took the focus off him. I put it on myself and I changed. I became an emotional leader. I started meditating. I stopped fighting. I started balancing. I started monitoring what I was going to say or do before I said and did it, and chose better behaviors if what I was going to do was toxic or negative. I had conversations in my head. And if it was going to turn into a fight in my head, I didn't have it out loud with my man. Instead, I worked through it until I came to a resolution. I made myself the solution to my emotional anxieties, insecurities, fears. Instead of going to him and saying, fix me, soothe me, make me better, I made me better. So I don't know. It depends. Are you with a generous long-term thinker or a selfish short-term thinker? If you don't know, grab No More Assholes or get a coaching session with me so that we can grade his paper. The 12 character traits are what you need to grade his paper on. If he's 9 or more out of 12, generous long-term thinker, fix that shit. If he's a selfish short-term thinker, dump the motherfucker, get yourself a new man, and know how to relationship. I know a lot of us are the blind leading the blind. If they're hung up on body count, let them make an educated decision. Say, I will not stay in a relationship with somebody who is stuck in the past. I need to be with somebody who's in the moment with me, looking towards the future with optimism. If that's not you, that's okay. I will find that person. But you don't get to vomit on me because you're stuck in the past. A lot of things are distinguished by the third month. A lot of things. How do I get over my ex? Come Back Queen is the book that's going to help you heal your heart after a breakup. Guys, who wants a notification when I go live? Say I do. So why do you feel men look to women as leaders in the relationship? The whole family does. Love by the third month, is that possible? Knowledge by the third month, deeper knowledge. Yes, love is possible by the third month, but at the very least, insight. So those of you who want a notification when I go live, click my picture here once or twice. You're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. When you do that, say, I just did. Well, somebody didn't like you. Yes, come back, Queen. Oh, wow. Let me see. Good to know. Yes, you keep skipping my comment. That happens. I do couples coaching, yes. Singles, couples. I do people in relationships too who come alone to try and fix a relationship. My husband never had to fix that shit. We haven't had a fight in 5 years after 5 years of fighting. If you want to get a coaching session, go into my bio, click on the link tree. There's a one-on-one button. Click on that. It takes you to a page. Follow the instructions and you can book yourself in. How do I prevent oversharing, opening up too much? It seems like criticism. Think about, have the conversation in your head, right? So think about what you're going to say before you say it. Is it positive or is it negative? If it's negative, you don't say it. If it's a problem, do you have a solution that is you? If not, don't put it on the table. It's not fair to ask for anything you're not willing to do first. If you're asking for your partner to be a solution to your problem, then you need to ask yourself to be a solution to your problem first, because that's only fair. Have the conversation in your head. If I say this, he's going to say that, because I know them well enough, right? And then I'll say this in return. They're going to say that in return. So have the conversation in your head first. Would you count the 3 months if you can't actually physically be together? It's all about getting to know each other. Are you being brought into their life? If not, then you don't know them well enough. How do I know if I should go back with my ex? Grab no more assholes and grade their paper on the 12 character traits. Are they a generous long-term thinker or a selfish short-term thinker? And whatever needs to change, you need to see the change. It needs to be evident. Don't believe them if they're like, I'm going to therapy and I'm trying. Trying ain't it. The change is done. I will take you back if the change is done. Not that you're trying. I'm done with the trying. No more trying. Are you changed? Are you different? Are you fixed? Did you fix your shit? Yes, no. You got to know that. So coming back, why do you feel men look to women to be the leaders in relationships? Women are the emotional center of the household. Does anybody actually disagree with that? Women are the emotional center of the households. Yes, do repost your comments, guys, because I see people replying to stuff that I don't even see. So what if he says he loves my personality but not sexually attracted to me, but he still wants to date? The question is why? And is he an asexual person, right? Like, how important is sexuality to you? And how important is it for you to be with somebody who looks at you like, right? And so if this is a fundamental value, this is a mismatch. Don't continue this relationship. So my boyfriend asked for a break to fix some internal problems. So don't chase after somebody who's walking away from you. Say, okay, if that's what you need, I want you to be happy. I'm not going to try and force you to be with me, and let him go. Grab no more assholes and get over him, because a break is a breakup. You don't get to say to somebody, I don't want to be with you, but I don't want you to be with anybody else. Grab no more assholes. How do you know when it's time to break up? You are indifferent or they are abusive. Agree. Yeah. Because when you think about it, right, women are the emotional center of the households. Do children not look to their mom for, I mean, like who's there more than anybody, right? It's mom. Because like, listen, the babies are here, right? The babies are here. So, you know, the baby's emotional worlds really does tap into the mom's emotional world. It's important for mom to be in a good place because that bleeds in to the baby. We as babies got our emotional cues from our moms. We were raised getting emotional cues from the person who spent the most time with us, the one whose body we came from, right? So it's natural for us to look towards the mother figure in the household, the female figure in the household, and go, okay, how's this going to be? Like my mom was volatile. That affected the household. It affected how the household was. It affected how people behaved. Why did my ex come back after months and stay? He still has feelings but can't be with me right now. No kissing, no sex. You'll find out soon enough. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers. You'll find out soon enough why he's there. I told my friends about you. My best friend had a recent breakup. What book should I suggest to her? If her heart is hurting, Come Back Queen. If she's like, motherfucker, I'm ready to move on and find somebody great, No More Assholes. In No More Assholes, I do start with first things first, which is getting over your last relationship. So if she's like almost done getting over the hurt, there's still some shreds in it, but she's like, you know, like there's more like kind of anger than there is like heartbreak, then she's ready for No More Assholes. But if she's really brokenhearted, very hurt, then the start would be Come Back Queen and then No More Assholes. How do I stop being so insecure? The way I react is toxic. So I have a No More Insecurity program for people who are having difficulty with insecurity, jealousy, overthinking, and it's having a negative effect on their relationship. So if this is something you need to deprogram in yourself, then the No More Insecurity program is what you're looking for. It is education. It is conflict resolution for what's actually currently happening in your relationship. And it's tools for turning this around. I had a girl sign up for the No More Insecurity program, and after the first session, they stopped fighting. They were on a break, and he was saying, I don't know if we can live together anymore. After the first session, like a week and a half, he was like, I definitely see the change in you. I definitely see us moving in together, like complete 180 in him. Do you have recommendations for a loved one who may be catfished? Oh, see, when people fool themselves, it's so hard because you can't change their mind for them, right? They have created a story in their head and you can't change that. They need to want to change that. You can get them a copy of Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Avoid Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. You can get a free copy of that by hitting the freebies button in the link tree in my bio and send them a copy of it. So you can do that for them. But if they don't want to change their mind, you can't change it for them. So somebody asked about audiobooks. I do have one audiobook now. It's Fix That Shit. You can get it through the link tree in my bio. Yeah, guys, do repost your questions because when it gets rolling, like I can't go back far enough. Did I tell you guys how to get a notification when I go live? Guys, do make sure that you follow me on Instagram too, because I'm doing a coaching giveaway. I talked to my boyfriend about being more intimate. Nothing has changed in the last few months. Don't talk to him about it. Be proactive. So get those 2 kisses in every day. 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each. How do you deal with a person who can't communicate and hides friendships? Oh no. No, 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 no. No, that's lying, right? Um, that's no. Don't be with somebody who lies like that. I wouldn't be in that relationship, my love. What do you think of the term breaks in relationships? A break is a breakup. You don't get to say to somebody, I don't want to be with you, but you can't be with anybody else. So understand that a break means you are not together. So if there's a break and somebody is with somebody else during that time, they can't do like if you guys are on a break and you go to a bar and you find somebody cute and you go have fun, they have shit to say about that. They can't say anything about that because you don't get to say, I don't want to be with you, but I don't want you to be with anybody else. Nobody gets to say that. You can't not be with somebody and then own them. That's not okay. I was trying to join the live. I saw a question about narcissists. Did you talk about this? No, I didn't talk about narcissists. A narcissist is literally somebody who doesn't care about anybody but themselves. How do you deal with him looking at girls online? Is he interacting? Is he liking, commenting, following? If he's not, then stop stalking him online. What can we do if we don't live with our boyfriends, so can't get our 2 kisses a day in? So then make sure you get your kisses in when you're together. Indifference is I don't care about you. Like I just don't care about you anymore. I don't care if you succeed. I don't care if you fail. I don't care if you're happy. I don't care if you're sad. I just don't care about you anymore. That's indifference. Indifference is the opposite of love. Hate is not the opposite of love. The opposite of an emotion, a passionate emotion, is not another passionate emotion. Indifference is the opposite of love. We already broke up, but I want to be prepared for the next relationship. Grab no more assholes. That's the way to do it. Red flags about narcissists and how you deal with it. Like all of their behaviors are all about them, right? All of their behaviors are all about them, and everything they do is so that people will think they're great. There's a lot about narcissism online. I do suggest you tap into that. Can narcissists change? People don't change unless they want to. Oh, you're so sweet, Catherine. Does anybody want me to do a book walkthrough, by the way? If you can't leave a relationship that you should leave, come get coaching sessions. I help women like leave negative situations all the time. So let me see here. Always one more. Oh, my boyfriend gets annoyed towards me when I don't study for a test and fail. He says I complain after. Well, yeah. Listen, if you're going to complain about the shit that you cause in your own life, stop. You're just vomiting negativity. You're creating negativity, and then you're vomiting negativity. If you're going to fail, go ahead and fail, but take responsibility for it. Don't complain about it, right? If you don't want to fail, then study for the test. So take responsibility for your behaviors, take responsibility for your outcomes, but don't vomit over the negativity that you caused yourself, because that's boring. And nobody wants to sit there and have to listen to this boringness coming from you because you created something and then you complain about what you created. What's your calendar looking like for coaching? Nope. It's I probably have availability tomorrow. So go ahead and take a look at it. If you go to the link tree in my bio, actually, I'm not sure. If you go to the link tree in my bio, your advice is immaculate. Then you'll see that there's some it takes you to a page. You'll see it says click here to book your appointment. So you'll actually see my availability and what spaces would fit what it is that suits your schedule. Yeah, so I have a 10:30 and I have a 3 p.m. available tomorrow. How do you get a man to act like a man? You have a standard. I will not be with you because you're a selfish short-term thinker. You're in guy mode. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a generous long-term thinker. So you don't get this. You don't get this unless you're what I'm actually looking for, which is a man, a generous long-term thinker. So you can't get anybody to act like anything, but you can have a standard and get into that relationship. How to stop being such a negative person? Think about what you're going to say before you say it. If it's negative, you don't say it. That's how it starts, right? How do people stop smoking? They stop putting the cigarette in their mouth. So how do you stop being negative? You stop letting negative words escape your lips. You can start meditating as well. You can do a 100-day gratitude challenge where you write 3 things you're grateful for 100 days. What are your thoughts when a guy says he wants to have space? Give it to him, grab no more assholes, and say, well, here's the thing. Immediately I went to like somebody saying they want a break. How can I get private coaching? Go to my bio, click on the link tree. There's a one-on-one button. Click on that. Well, think about your words, right? What if you don't realize you're being negative till someone points it out? Think about what you're going to say before you say it. Ask yourself, is this negative or is this positive? Become reflective of your own thoughts. So for those of you who want a coaching session, go to my bio, click on the link tree, click the one-on-one button. It's going to take you to a page and you follow the instructions to book yourself in for a session. There's 3 steps. So for those of you who want a book walkthrough, we're going to go through my books. So for those of you who don't know, these are some of my books. These are all of my books. I wrote 8 books. I'm writing 2 more right now. The 2 that I'm writing are for men. So I'm writing a dating book for men and a fixed shit for men as well. So the spaces and context that you've been in a relationship and fighting a lot, I would say get fix that shit, my love, to help you address that. Give them the space that they need. Pull yourself back in and start focusing on yourself. So it's okay for somebody to say, like, we've been fighting so much, like, this needs to change. Agree, right? Agree. Get fix that shit and get the change going. I'm going to teach you how to give them the space they need. Give yourself the self-care, the self-love, the self-soothing that you need. Soothe your emotions, manage your behaviors, bring functionality to your relationship. Baby love? Hi, baby. Do you want to come live? Baby, what you doing? 12:42. Oh my God, guys. Okay, I'm gonna do the book walkthrough and tell you guys how you can get some freebies. Baby, are you coming?
What?
Are you coming? Are you kind of sort of?
Sort
you
of.
give me a kiss? I'm sticky. Mm. I love you.
I love you.
That's my man. Salsa guacamole. It's so cute, baby. You come home and people say salsa guacamole time. Okay. Okay. So, first one, Come Back Queen. This is the book that's going to help you heal your heart after a breakup. So you don't need to swim in those heartbreaking emotions anymore. That wasn't 5 seconds long. I know it was short. Trust me, we're going to make up for it. We're going to make up for it. We already had probably 4 like kisses that were longer than 5 seconds today. No More Assholes is the next book that you get after you heal your heart. Make sure the next relationship is the right one. No more bouncing in and out of relationships, you guys. Find the right one that you're going to stay in. Once you find that amazing man, your generous long-term thinker, you grab After the First Kiss. This is a book that helps you set the foundation right by not turning little things into big fights and by getting through the insecurity phase, which is what happens when you realize you are emotionally invested. From there, you move on to Fix That Shit. This is the fighting that goes on in a relationship. How to get it to 0. My husband and I fought for 10 years. We haven't had a fight in 5 years. This is how you do it. As long as you're with a generous long-term thinker. This doesn't work when you're with a selfish short-term thinker. So know who you're with. If you're not sure, grab No More Assholes. If you're with a generous long-term thinker, fix that shit. If you're with a selfish short-term thinker, dump the motherfucker and get yourself a generous long-term thinker. Custom Made is a really good book to go with Fix That Shit if you're being codependent, if you're obsessing about your partner, if they have to constantly pay attention to you. You're making them your purpose because you don't know what your purpose is. So find out what your purpose is so that you can put your attention into your purpose instead of making your partner your purpose. Guys, this is a workbook. Every single chapter is going to get you thinking and journaling. Now, what I also teach you in this book is how to bring your purpose out into the world so people see it and go, ooh, you're really good at this and I need that. I'm going to pay you for this. Fake Love Need Not Apply is the freebie. This is the book you get when you hit the freebies button in the link tree in my bio. How to avoid posers, losers, scammers, and predators. If you realize you're in a relationship with one, how to get out of that relationship. Dating 101. This is for every teenager so that they don't need no more assholes. This is also for every nerd who wants to understand the drives, behaviors, and emotions behind love. This is a textbook, by the way, but it's gender neutral. There's no swearing. So mamas and papas, you can get this for your teens. Say Yes to Goodness is understanding the 10 areas of your life that affect you and how you should be in each of those 10 areas so that you find happiness. So these books are about your happiness in a relationship. This book is about your happiness in life. When did you know that you wanted to be a relationship coach? In 2015. It hit me in 2015. The universe kept dishing it at me over and over again. And I went, okay, I surrendered. This is my journey. Let's go. So I did it. Why did you think that a guy says intense and wants to do something but doesn't end up doing it? Because he said what he thought you needed to hear in order to get in bed with you. Hus went out of town for work. He didn't pick up phone. FaceTime after an hour. It didn't call back. Okay, I don't know, my love. So Guys, go hit up my Instagram page because you can take part in my coaching giveaway. I give away an hour coaching every single month on Instagram. So go do that. Go take part in that draw. Also, uh, go into the link to my bio. You're going to find a ton of stuff in there. Meditation resource button to get you started on meditation. The 101 button if you want to get a coaching session. Fix That Shit is now an audiobook. You can find the link to that in the link tree in my bio. Guys, you can get my books on Amazon or anywhere you buy books online. Tap into this stuff because I make it easy. I make it easy to find the right partner. I make it easy to fix your relationship so that things get better if you're with a generous long-term thinker. Is there anything else? I got a merch store. Ooh, we're adding so many stuff to the merch store, guys. There's some new t-shirts. Eat, sleep, poop, meditate. Oh, it's so cute. We got like some nice Om t-shirts coming out. Yes. Go check it out. There's journals in there. There's stickers, currently fixing my shit. So anyways, I gotta go because hubby's home. It's cuddle time. I love you. This was fun tonight. This was really fun. We went on like a big journey. So make sure you are, here's one more chance, by the way, to get a notification when I go live. Click my picture here once or twice. You're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. When you do that, say, I just did. Make sure you do take a minute to go into your settings on TikTok. You're so welcome, my love. Go into your settings on TikTok and go into your notifications and make sure that you have your notifications turned on for when I go live. If you want to love me, love is a verb. Love is what you do to make someone happy. If you guys feel I make you happy, I help you be happy. The giveaway, go on my Instagram page. If you make, listen, I will do 2 giveaways. If you make a TikTok, with any of my books that you have and indicate something that you've learned from my books, I will put you in a giveaway in TikTok for a free coaching session. Make an Instagram story. I will put you up for a free coaching session giveaway on Instagram. Same thing, show the book that you have, show how that has changed you somehow. You can win a free coaching session. Thank you. I love you for saying that. I think that's it. I love you guys. I love you very much. I do come live every day. So make sure you do have you've got me turned on. You hit that bell to get that notification. Click here once or twice, hit that bell, go into your settings, set up your notifications so that you get a notification when I go live. Because I'm loosey-goosey on the time, but I do pop on daily. I love you. Have a good night. Get some good sleep, okay? Super important.